Good morning, ma'am. We are going to present our analyzed paper on the topics quantum compilers on the course Compiler Design Assignment 1. Our team members are Abhinav Kumar Rai, Abhishek Tripathi, Anurag Sinha, and Avnish Bindal. The topics which we have analyzed is the quantum assisted quantum compiling, compiler design for distributed quantum computing using reinforcement learning also with the fault tolerant quantum transpiler optimization, a system perspective of quantum computing. These all these all 8 papers are analyzed by our team. So our common idea which we are going to present in this section is that how to implement compiler design methodologies and how to develop improved platforms, algorithms, or compilers in the respect of the quantum computing field. The development of quantum circuits, quantum networking, cryptography, algorithms, topologies, and other dimensions of quantum computing are the important area or the field of developing our quantum computers. Since these computers, since quantum has in a past decades, we are now quantum physics has seen a lot of developments in past decades. We are now moving towards a quantum phase of computing, which is very similar what happened in the 90s. And this quantum computing heavily depends on the quantum physics, and thus further researchers have improvements are heavily obstructed due to the insufficient breakthrough in this field. First paper, what we have analyzed is the quantum circuit compilation. The idea behind this is that actually in a normal days, what the computers use is the NISQ processor, which is known as a noisy intermediate scale quantum processor, which is little slow. But if we are developing a quantum compilers, which is really a very fast compiler, but if we are using the methodology, because there are many of the algorithms which depends on the cost and the noise reduction part. So especially in these early prototypes, algorithms performance degrades with the runtime due to the noise for the regions. So minimizing this runtime of compiled algorithm is critical. They described in this paper, they described a software framework to enable the automated reasoning approach to quantum circuit compilation. The key components of this suite are a circuit synthesizer, a QCC solver, and a visualizer. The workflow of this paper is in this quantum circuit compilation is the emerging gate model, noisy intermediate scale quantum processor units. Currently, in the prototype phase are universal ones scaled up. They can run any quantum algorithm, much as software must be compiled to run on classical computers. They focused on the solid state architecture, how these compilers are going to be made. And these are based on the superconducting quantum bits, which is also known as qubits, among the most advanced NISQ processors. A variety of small superconducting processors with varying architectures already exist, but their source targets two things. First one is multiple gate model quantum computing hardware platforms built by different companies, especially the IBM and the Google. Second one is different combinational optimization problems that can be solved with specific quantum algorithms, such as quantum alternating optimizer, ANSYS algorithms. The advantages and the limitations. What this in this paper we came along is that the first one is the advantage in the section of advantage is that actually in the declarative planning algorithms, what we have to declare to build our compiler is the approach that addresses the constraint of NISQ device. The model-based automated reasoning approach is very flexible with respect to feature of hardware graph. Another avenue of extension of their work is to generalize the NISQ QCC problem and their software suite to specification of quantum processors that are dramatically different than the superconducting NISQ devices. The ease and expressiveness of PDDL modeling also facilitates the inclusion of additional features that are characteristics of quantum computer architecture, such as the ability to teleport quantum states across the chip, providing more flexibility than the nearest neighbor swap. Only the one limitation is there are multiple of the safe open source PDDL temporal planners that have been tested through multiple international planning competitions, providing a rich set of algorithms. But the range of the from exact to any time is tested on the NISQ QCC problem. What are the conclusions we have drawn with our this quantum circuit compilation is that They have introduced a framework for applying AI planning to the QCC and ISP problem, and which developed the software suite that implements components of that framework. And this framework is really a very nice one. The framework that suits completely general and can be used to target quantum computing hardware devices of different types and by different companies. Different planning algorithms, methodologies, and the constraint programming can be able to use to compile a quantum circuit to be a specific hardware device. The flexibility of declarative AI planning models allow us to solve the QCC and ISP problem for the diverse hardware architecture. The second paper, which we have analyzed, is the quantum assisted quantum compiling. It, it is a sampling of quantum algorithms which we have to put inside our quantum circuit so that the compilers can be easily fast. And it is really the attention both by the industry and academia purpose that the quantum computer, since we can develop a quantum computer, but for the quantum computers there should be a need of the quantum compiling compiler which can access the speed of that quantum computer. So for this we have developed one of the we have gone through this paper, which is the one of the algorithm quantum assisted quantum compiling. And this paper proposes a variational hybrid quantum classical algorithms. Paper introduces novel short depth quantum circuits to quantify the terms in our cost function, and we prove that the cost cannot be efficiently approximated with a classical algorithm that a reasonably complexity assumes. As a demonstration of QA/QC in the previous paper, they compile various one qubit gates on IBM and reduced quantum computers. But in this paper, we have come into the came into the approximation of QA/QC to a problem size of 9 qubits. And these simulations highlight both the scalability of our cost function as well as the noise resilience of QA/QC. The workflow of this quantum assisted quantum compiling algorithm is that in this work, they introduces a quantum assisted quantum compiling that is also known as QAC. The goal of QAC is to compile a target unitary to a trainable quantum gate sequence. Like we have to get a specific part, we have to train our quantum gate sequence to that specific part. Uh, to that specific path. The key feature of QA/QC is that the cost is computed directly on the quantum computer, and this leads to the exponential speed up over classical methods to compute the cost. Since classical simulation of quantum dimension are exponentially slower than the quantum simulation, the speed and the time required is also very less. They emphasize the distinction between the translating the algorithm to the native alphabet with simple local compiling and optimal compiling. Local compiling may reach partial optimization, but in order to discover the shortest circuit, one may need to use holistic approach, where the entire algorithm is considered to be a quantum computer for compiling. The advantages of this algorithm is that they carefully choose a cost function and prove that it sacrifices four criteria. It is faithful, efficient of computing, it has an operational meaning, and it scales well with the size of the problem. They, they presented short depth circuit for computing the cost function. They proved that the evaluating their cost function in DQC1 is hard, and hence no classical algorithm can be efficiently evaluate their cost function. They also detailed their gradient-free and gradient-based method for optimizing their cost function. This includes a circuit for gradient computation and the generalization of famous law. The limitation is only one, is that the global minima parameter which we have to get with the value of the cost is significantly affected by the noise. And without shifting the location of that global minima, we can't get that noise reduction. The conclusion of this paper is to uh, the conclusion of this quantum assisted quantum compiling algorithm is that they presented a methodology for quantum compilation called quantum assisted, whereby a quantum compiler provides exponential speed up. Speed is increases, time reduction is there for any of the compilation part, as well as there is another method which also reduces the with, cost on the same phases. QAQC is a novel vocational hybrid algorithm similar to other well-known variational hybrid algorithms such as VQE and QAQD. The noisy implementation of QAQC also surprises resiliences to notice while simulating realistic noise parameters based on the currently available cloud quantum computers like IBM QX5. They were able to run QA/QC on a 9-qubit unitary and obtain the correct parameters for V. They plan to investigate their instigating noise resilience in future work. The central application of QA/QC is thus to make computers more useful.
Greetings, ma'am. I'm Abhishek Tripathi, and I'm going to discuss about the topic compiler design for distributed quantum computing. So, the idea behind this paper is that the current quantum computers are commonly defined as noisy intermediate scale quantum devices, in short form NISQs. So, being characterized by a few dozen of quantum bits with non-uniform quality and highly constrained physical connectivity. Hence, the growing demand for large-scale quantum computers on distributed quantum computing architectures. With the network and communications functionalities provided by the quantum internet, quantum remote quantum processing units (QPUs) can communicate and cooperate through the distributed quantum computing paradigm as a virtual quantum processor with a number of qubits that scales linearly with the number of remote QPUs. So this paper focuses on the problem of designing a quantum algorithm compiler for distributed quantum compilation. Here you can see the workflow of the proposed compiler. So what are the advantages gained by implementing this paper? So the distributed quantum computing transcends the limit of single QPUs by designing a compiler which can reduce the overhead of QPUs by increasing the number of qubits at each QPUs, increasing the number of QPUs and increasing the connectivity between the QPUs. So the limitations that was faced during the implementation. So depth of quantum circuit. So these were the limitation first of all, and the limited number of QPUs. Both of these were overcome in during the implementation of this research paper. So the conclusion is that this paper discusses the main challenges arising with compiler design for distributed quantum computing. It analytically derived an upper bound of the overhead induced by quantum compilation of distributed quantum computing. So it designs a quantum compiler with three key features. First of all is the general purpose, which means requiring no particular assumptions on the quantum circuits. Now it will be efficient, exhibiting a polynomial time computational complexity, and it is effective, being the total circuit depth, or you can say the complexity overhead induced by the quantum circuit compilation, always upper bounded by a factor that grows linearly. So it validated the theoretical upper bound against an extensive set of medium-sized quantum circuits of practical interest, and we confirmed the validity of the compiler design through an extensive performance analysis. The next paper that I'm going to discuss about is using reinforcement learning to perform qubit routing in quantum compilers. So the idea behind this paper was to be able to perform more efficient qubit routing in quantum compilers. So the advantages were that qubit routing improves the connectivity constraints of a target quantum computer. It involves inserting swap gates into the circuits so that the logical gates only ever occur between the adjacent physical qubits. This minimizes the latency and depth of quantum circuits, which eventually reduces the complexity of the quantum circuits. So this paper's work demonstrates the value of using an RL approach in the compilation of quantum circuits. So what are the limitations? So this paper had three limitations. First of all is qubit lifetime. So as we all know, a qubit can only retain its state for a very short period of time. It may decay to another state or interact with environment and lose the original quantum state. And after that comes the operation fidelity. Quantum operations applied to the qubits can also introduce errors. It is important to minimize the number of gates in quantum algorithm to reduce the amount of error accumulated. Qubits coupling. Physical connection is required when applying qubit gates, which means that two qubit gates can only be applied on two physically nearby qubits. So the conclusion derived from this paper is that this paper has presented an RL based approach to address the problem of routing qubits on a near-term quantum architecture. The main contribution has been to improve the previously proposed approach so that it represents a realistic solution to the qubit routing problem. Several other improvements were made to the original system, such as a new state representation and learning paradigm, which helped to improve its uh, performance significantly. So here you can see the circuit performance, the DQN that algorithm that we have used here has shown a significant improvement. Thank you. Avnish.
Good morning, ma'am. This is Avnish. I am going to discuss about the topic quantum computer architecture toward full stack quantum accelerators. So, what is the basically idea of this research topic is the idea is to represent definition and implementation of quantum computer architecture to enable creating a new computational device, that is a quantum computer as an accelerator. It defines some of the programming and system level challenges facing the application of quantum processing to high performance computing. It basically discusses a novel quantum architecture framework which uses specialized kernels to offload selected workloads while integrating the existing computing infrastructure. It also elaborates over the topic over the role of the host operating system to manage these unique accelerator resources, the prospect for deploying quantum modules, and the requirements placed on the language hierarchy connecting these different system components. So next in the workflow, I would like to tell about the how it basically represents or presents explicitly the idea of quantum accelerator, which contains the full stack layers of an accelerator, which will be shown in the next slide. But here, as we can see that such a stack starts at the highest level, describing the target application of the accelerator. The next abstracts the quantum logic outlining the algorithm that is to be executed on the quantum accelerator. This is a figure of system architecture with hydrogen accelerators. Now I would like to talk about the advantages and limitations. No. First of all, here I would like to tell about the full stack quantum accelerator. There are two approaches. The first one is experimental full stack with realistic qubits, and the other one is simulated full stack with perfect qubits. As we can see in the first part of the figure, it is a experimental full stack with 4 different qubits, and the second one is a simulated full stack with perfect qubits. The advantages and limitations. The main advantage of platform like QX is to provide application developers, computer scientists, and computer engineers to the tools to model and test design before experimental implementation on quantum processor. The basic advantage of misters are that they can be used both to store information and also work over it. So an intelligent merging of logic with data is a key of an in-memory architecture. Also, it is a completely new way of designing algorithms and computer system, and it is far from evident what the design rules are that are needed to fully exploit the in-memory computing potentials. And also there are certain limitations where we can perform or convert a quantum as an accelerator. The main requirements for those computers are like scalability. A scalable physical system with well characterized qubits is required. Long relevant coherence times, the ability to initialize the state of qubits to simple fiducial state, a universal set of quantum gates, and a qubit specific measurement capability. Now, the conclusion as of for the paper. As far as computer architectural choices were made, the community has been focused very much on the von Neumann computer architecture and defined qubits in terms of memory and processing qubits. However, the computer engineering as a field understood by now, this approach never scales the size needed for handling. So, two approaches seem to be very promising. The first one, as stated, was from the accelerator community and involved the full stack integration of the different layers which are needed to build the quantum accelerator. And another one, or the second one, is to use the full stack for the control of, or for instance, superconducting or semiconducting qubits with a microcode layer, where we translate any kind of common QASM into an operational set of micro instructions for a meaningful adoption of existing computer technology. It is very much difficult to predict the performance or improvement of quantum computational device, but that it will be much higher than any existing computational technology, which is very much clear. So this is the conclusion. In the next paper, I would like to talk about for FTQLS, fault tolerant quantum logic synthesis. Since computations are more susceptible to errors than conventional digital computation, therefore an FT quantum circuit is designed, which is required for practical implementation. Quantum gates are basically realized using primitive quantum operations, which are all supported by quantum physical machine descriptions, that is PMDs. So this paper also talks about the 6 PMDs included in it, and we will further look at it. Thus, a proper FT system is required efficiently to realize and optimize for the set of primitive quantum operations supported by the given PMD. Thus, the basic aim is to build an automated FTQLS tool targeted at various PMDs. The workflow behind this paper is the FTQLS methodology and tools is described in 6 PMDs as I told. The input to the FTQLS is an unoptimized quantum circuit which is realized using a set of commonly used gates. And finally, the output is an optimized FT quantum circuit that only comprises primitive quantum operations supported by the given PMD. Now, FTQRS does technology mapping for the different PMDs and then converts the non-FT circuits to FT circuits. Efficient conversion to FT circuits is done by integrating two quantum compilers and an FT cache table into FTQRS. So, quantum circuit optimization is done by utilizing quantum identity rules. And thus, finally, we get the performance of FTLS is evaluated using two cost matrices. First one is the number of primitive operations, and the other one is the execution of the cycles on the critical paths. Because since the quantum systems are more delicate and difficult to control, therefore FTQ circuits are needed for a practical implementation. And many quantum error corrections codes have been postponed to facilitate the FT quantum computation, such as Steen code, Bacon Shore code, Nil code, and Surface code. Now the achievements and limitation of the paper. First of all, I would like to talk about the specific contributions or the accomplishments, which are as follows. FTQLS is performed for various PMDs for the very first time. The 3 reduction rules are proposed automatically, which are applied for effective circuit optimization. The two quantum compilation techniques and an FT cache table is integrated into FTQLS to synthesize FT circuits efficiently. Some limitations which were observed during the paper were against a depolarizing noise level of approximately 45%, quantum circuit cannot be made fault tolerant. The fault tolerant circuit becomes far from optimal if it is composed using CTL. And finally, both fault tolerant components and redundant components tend to increase cost. This can be purely economic cost or can include other measures such as weight. So it can be very much hefty for as considered economic point of view. So finally, the conclusion, what we achieved from this paper was like the Solvay-Kittel algorithm, skipping table algorithm, and a cache table were used to perform quantum compilation, and an effective fault-tolerant quantum circuit synthesis methodology was proposed. The input to the synthesis tool is a non-FT quantum circuit, and the output is finally optimized to FT circuit for the 6 PMDs inside the paper. The 3 reduction rules, simplify, interchange, and commute, were employed for the circuit optimization. And finally, the FTQLS is an effective in synthesizing quantum logic, but various other factors also have to be considered in a real application, like physical layout and total circuit error. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Anurag Sinha, and in this paper, I am talking about optimization of quantum transpiler, and the second paper is a system perspective of quantum computing. So the idea of quantum transpiler optimization is to optimize the compiler operations that orchestrate the V2P mapping and the movement of qubit states among the hardware qubits. The research is intended to facilitate the comprehensive testing of qubit allocation and mapping algorithms and to introduce and analyze new methods of determining optimal qubits orchestration. So the advantage of compiler quantum transpiler optimization is the first, the quantum layout problem test bed design implementation. Second one, skill requirement minimization. The third one is test circuit. So the test circuit class is designed to wrap circuit creation functionality to prevent the unnecessary exposure of circuit creation functionality and assist with rapid experiment configuration. Next slide. Next slide. So in this graph, the first graph shows that increase in the graph portion. So in first graph, increase in swap count after transpilation, and in second graph, it shows that increase in swap count after transpilation and relative to the starting size of the circuit. Next slide. So the limitation of quantum transpiler optimization is to distinguish quantum computing architectures like topological qubits or those exploiting quantum annealing and have distinct concern and programming models to which this research does not apply. To develop quantum test bits intended to work with IBM Qiskit program library, and this means the functionality is not granted or even intended in environments and that do not have Python and Qiskit installed. So the conclusion of this paper is describe the contribution made to the quantum computing research field and the avenues of growth and future development and quantum layout problem test and discuss with the emphasis on increasing the flexibility of the tool and the promoting probability portability. Finally, additional formulation of the proposed quantum layout solver, that is QLS, are discussed and proposed for research. So the future scope of this paper is there are three interrelated areas that are most fruitful for further efforts and characterizing QLS behavior. The first is global optimization, connective optimization, and distance optimization. Primary future work should not emphasize building a solid foundation and comparatively knowledge, since although the research has introduced and tested a specific technique, little to no research has sought to develop a fundamental understanding of how varying techniques varies outcome in the systematic manner and justification of various decisions are aided. Next slide. So the second one is a system perspective of quantum computing. So idea of this paper is the idea represents definition and implementation of quantum computer architecture to enable creating a new computational device, a quantum computer as an accelerator. It defines some of the programming and some level challenges facing the applications of quantum processing to high performance computing. Advantage of this system perspective of the quantum computing is they carefully choose a cost function and prove that it satisfies four criteria. It's faithful, it is efficient to computing on the quantum computer, it has operational meaning, and it still will with the size of problem. The first point is they presented short depth circuit for the computing the cost function. The second one, they provide the evaluating their cost function is DQCI C1 hard and hence no classical algorithm can efficiently evaluate their cost function under the reasonable complexity assumption. This established a rigorous proof for the difficulties of classically simulating QAQC. The third one is they detail their gradient-free and gradient-based method for optimizing their cost function. This includes a circuit for gradient computation and the generalize the famous power of 1 qubit, and hence it likely interested to a broader community. So we talk about achievement and limitation. So specific contribution accomplished as follow. The first one is FTQLS is performed for various PMDS for the first time. The second one, three direction rules are proposed to automatically applied for effective circuit optimization. And the third one, the two quantum compilation techniques and the cache and catch table are integrated into FTQLS and synthesize the FT circuit efficiency. So in this diagram, we will show the first stage high level software compilers, and the second one is classical hardware interface, and the third one is quantum physical layer. So conclusion of this paper is the paper is discusses the main challenges arising with compiler design for the distributed quantum computing. It analytical derive an upper bound of the overrated induced by the quantum compilation for distributed quantum computing. There are three keys and key features. The first one is general purpose, namely required no particular assumption on the quantum circuits to be compiled. The second one is efficient, namely exhibited a polynomial time computational complexity so that it can successfully compile medium to large circuit or but practical value. The third one is effective, being the total circuit depth overrated induced by the quantum circuit compilation always upper bounded by a factor that grow linear with the number of logical qubits of the original quantum circuit. In last, they validate the theoretical upper bound against the extensive set of medium-sized quantum circuit of practical interest, and we confirm that the validity of compiler design through an extensive performance analysis. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.